So you finally managed to open that Teachers Pay Teachers store. You decided on the niche to focus on and created your first freebie. Congratulations! You went a step further to create more resources for your store, but then you got stuck on one thing: pricing. How do you set your price for your TPT resources? If you've been wondering how, then you are in luck, because in this video, I cover it all. From factors such as the product size, usefulness, to the amount of time taken to create the product. Here are the top 10 things to consider when pricing your TPT products. Number 10, the market price. First and foremost, for you to determine the price of your products, you need to find out how much competitors charge. Always look at the competition. After all, your customer most likely will too. As a seller, you should set your price higher or lower than your competitors, depending on how well your own product matches up. Are the products offered comparable to yours? If so, you may use their pricing as an initial gauge. You should also look to see whether there is an additional value in your product. Do you offer an additional service with your product, or does your product have a higher level of perceived quality? If so, you may be able to support a higher price. You can decide whether to match or beat the competitors. Simply matching a price is dangerous. Though you need to be sure of all your costs, both direct and indirect, are covered. Your invested time and expenses should be taken into consideration when pricing your product. Number 9, the size of your resource. Before you decide on a price, you should also consider how many pages or how big your resource is. Don't price anything under $1, as you will lose money on the sale. If you don't feel like your product has enough pages or content to justify the price, consider what more you can add to increase its value. You can decide to charge your products based on the number of pages depending on the type and availability of the products. You can give more weight to content-dense pages. You can price your product in the middle of the low-end price per page and the high-end price per page. Now, yes, it's not a crime to price your products under $1, and there are definitely times to do this. However, for higher commissions, you may want to consider offering products for a higher price. But more on this later. If you like a specific pricing guide to use as a tool, check out these following TPT products that are free. Product number 1, Suggested Product Pricing Guide for TPT Sellers by Margaret Wisnan. Her product supports pre-K to 12th grade TPT resource designers. Number 2, TPT Best Product Price Calculator by Tim Kitson. His product supports all grade levels, even adult learners. It is a tool for both digital and physical products. Number 3, Sample Product Pricing Rubric for TPT middle or high school sellers by Create in Time. This product is suitable for grades 4 to 12 as well as products for all staff. Number 8, your price point as a buyer. Think about not only what is a fair price to sell, but if you were a buyer, how much would you pay? Ask for a reasonable price, but don't sell yourself short and undervalue your products. Bargain basement pricing may get you a few short-term sales, but will hurt you in the long run. Buyers usually associate discounted prices with lesser quality, even if that's not true. And don't get me wrong, there is a customer base for cheaper products. However, customers will most likely return because they know you offer quality products that meet their needs, not because of the deep discounts. Create quality products and they will come. Moreover, you should know that being an educator means that you do not always have a big budget. Trust me, I definitely know. If you do have one though, you should try to price on the pocket-friendly end. Number 7, how much content are you offering? As a new seller in the TPT market, you should consider pricing your resources based on the content rather than length. Content-rich products. These are lots of text versus large pictures and only a few words on the page. May be worth more than other products. Resources that contain rubrics and learning goals aligned to your products add value. You can also factor in the originality of your product and the demand for the type of resource you have. Products that are unique or hard to find can often be priced a bit more. Number 6, the number of potential uses your resource has. Whenever you are creating your project, you usually determine its potential use for fellow teachers. Likewise, when deciding on the product's price, you should consider the number of potential uses your resource has. Consider the life of the product. Is it something that will be used only once? Or does it have a long-term application or use? Consider the flexibility of it. Can a SLP or speech and language provider use it for a variety of students or groups, or only one small segment of a caseload? Consider your target buyer. How useful is this product? Does the resource offer multiple kinds of activities, or is it otherwise flexible? Can it be used multiple times? Will the resource serve multiple ability levels? Add these factors into your basic cost per page formula when pricing your products. Number 5, when the product can be used. Seasonal versus year-round. You should also think about how your product will be used. Is it a simple seasonal activity that may be used once a year? Or is it some kind of assessment, professional document, or progress tracking system that can be used over and over again year-round? The more use your customers can get out of a product, the higher the price per page. When pricing your product, think about the long-term viability of the product. If the subject matter and/or clip art are related to a current hype theme, the product may not seem as valuable to customers. Maybe in the short term. But why? And this is because the popularity of some themes only lasts so long. Then your resource becomes less marketable over time. But products that can be used all year round for the long term are much more valuable. Therefore, customers may be very willing to pay more for them. Number 4, cost of items that the buyer might need to use your product. When setting a price for a resource, always consider the cost of ink, paper, lamination, and/or Velcro that a buyer might need to use your product. You should consider if there's a lot of ink involved. For your print and go packs that need a lot of work, price those higher, but also consider which pages were quick to make. Price those less, and then price the more intricate pages higher. Many teaching and related school staff do not have the ability to print using color ink at their schools and will often use their personal printers to do so. Providing black and white line versions of your products in addition to color versions allows your buyers to save money on ink. Many are willing to pay a little bit extra for a product in exchange for this perk. Number 3, the cost of creating your resources. Now that you have considered the cost incurred by the buyers, you should consider the cost of production, including the time you spent while creating these resources. Include all direct costs, including money spent on clip art, graphics, and font while developing your product or service. Additionally, consider the amount of time it takes to pull together your product and take that into account. If most of your resources include CCSS or Common Core State Standard citations, and IEP goals, you can charge a little more for those pages because it takes time to align those goals to the correct Common Core State Standard or IEP goal. Number 2, your sales or discount offers. TPT typically holds 4 site-wide sales annually. So when pricing your products, you should keep in mind the amount of money you will have at hand after offering sales and discounts. If you put a super low price on your resources, just know that you may gain very little profit from the site-wide offer. This really depends on where you are in your TPT journey. So if I just started out my store, for example, and I don't have any followers or traction just yet, I may not make as much money in terms of a TPT sale on a product. But yes, there are times where this strategy may be required or desired. Ooh, that rhymes. For example, you may want to bring sales to an unpopular product and decide to lower a price. All in all, just make sure whatever strategy you use during a site-wide sale, always go back and look at your data to see how well a product did. If the data shows your pricing strategy worked, you may want to continue for the next sale. If not, you may want to change it. Consider participating in SLP or speech and language pathology only sales that are organized 2 to 3 times per year. Many sellers decide to discount their entire store by 20%, and the promo code will save buyers an additional 8%. The good news is that the discount amount is entirely up to you. Also consider participating in the #SLP must-have sale that occurs on the 7th of every month. According to the website Teaching Talking, SLPs give a 25% discount off of TPT products. You should check them out. Some sellers offer an introductory price on new products discounted at about 10 to 50% for the first 24 to 48 hours. This will give you a good chance to draw in new customers. Be sure to limit your sales. If you're constantly putting your products on sale for large discounts, buyers may not always pay the full price because they're going to assume that your products aren't worth the full price. Number 1, seller fees and payout rates. And finally, the most important thing to consider when pricing your TPT resources is the seller fees and payout rates. TPT offers 2 seller membership options, free and premium memberships. The premium membership comes with several advantages, and it costs only $59.95 per year. Let me mention a few things that will factor in when you are pricing your products. While the marketplace payout rates for a free membership stands at 55% for all sales, the premium membership gives you 80% payout rates on all sales. The transaction fees are also favorable for premium members since they are charged 15 cents per resource on all orders totaling below $3. In comparison, though, the free members are charged 30 cents for every transaction they make. So, if you underprice your products, remember the dollar products that I mentioned earlier? If you're on that free membership, you will end up earning peanuts for every high quality product you have. So I would consider getting the premium membership at minimum so you can earn a higher commission rate. I hope you enjoyed this video. Be sure to grab my freebies below. I hope they will help grow your Teacher Pay Teachers business. Just be sure to subscribe to my channel for more of my awesome content. Please give me a like, be sure to share the video, and don't forget to turn on the notification bell for timely updates on my new uploads. I value your feedback, so feel free to share your thoughts. Comment below. Best of luck on your TPT journey. See you soon.